Well, alright then. Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We have made some pretty good progress, and we hit a nice little benchmark on our last video. I've been kind of jumping around with the character names and all that, but we do finally have a full list of all the rabbits from Watership Down. That actual specific warren. We don't have the entire game done. Or the entire book done, rather. But when we get the whole book done, then we'll have the whole game done. You get the idea. So that's actually a good point, kind of take stock of where all our stuff is. And so, oxygen levels, they're okay. We've got some areas that are definitely not breathable, but our primary kind of home area is doing pretty good. We're getting plenty of lighting, so our decor, it's still not that great, but areas within the barracks, doing okay. Our barracks themselves, we're gonna have to work on expanding those more and more, and more and more, because we're just gonna keep growing. And in fact, that is one thing that we're going to work on next. We have this reservoir. We have had an incident with the reservoir. We are now patched against it, but we kind of want this space for more living area, more general kind of quality of life maintenance stuff. So we are going to start plundering into these depths that we have started to access. Now there is some oxygen here. It's mostly unbreathable. There's also a lot of water in that it's ice and snow. So we're going to have to get a little creative with how we handle things, but we're going to start building a true reservoir, something we've actually designed, something we're actually thinking about, and not just kind of patching together with, airlocks and stuff like that. And that should then free up this space. We can be more efficient, more intentional with our plumbing. So that's going to be our next little project. It's actually a designed reservoir system. So how are we going to go about that? Well, insulation, because it's cold down here, and we probably don't want to deal with that. So how big is our clean water reservoir? It's what, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 4 by 13 in terms of what we have right now. So that's what, 52? We probably want it to be like, I don't know, 80. That sounds big. I like when it sounds big. I don't know if that actually is big, but it sounds big, so we're gonna go with it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you may be saying, Hupfen, how can you be so sure that this will all be clean water? We won't be sure. We'll deal with that later. We're also, working with insulated tile because it's cold. But luckily we have... actually, we should have time moving now. Luckily we have these, thermal kinds of things. We have this liquid tepidizer, which makes liquid tepid, I suppose. Marginally warms large bodies of liquid. Well, that's what we'll have here. So the fact that it's cold doesn't really matter. We also have the space heater. We also have insulated plumbing, insulated pipes, insulated gas pipes. So the whole, this being really cold, it's not like the pipes are going to freeze over. We're hoping it's not like the pipes are going to freeze over. We can't really be sure of that yet until we just make it happen. And I guess this does mean that little buckthorn, we're actually going to deprioritize this ever so slightly. The first priority, get on out of there. The first priority is just to get more oxygen down here, because we don't have it. And also a space heater, just to keep things warm. Now, yes, that does mean we'll have a whole lot of electrical wire to build, but we're gonna need that eventually anyway, so we might as well. We'll also have a lower priority dig. And we'll set one for up there as well. This stuff's gonna start falling. We can clean that up later. And we've got this sleet wheat down here that we can harvest, but we won't harvest that right now. Now I seem to believe that our newest buddy... Oh no, everyone has a cot. Everyone has a cot. So that is wonderful. Nildrahane is having some noms, as you do. We're gonna set a little bit of priority on preparing for our next duplicant, just to keep ahead of things, in this sense. Is it decor? Yeah, we can do this. We can totally do that. Don't tell me we can't do that. Now, also, a good side effect of this whole job is we'll start to free up all of this polluted ice, all of this clean ice, all of this snow, all of this yada yada yada. That will give us, we want 4. That will give us more water. Not to say that we are short on it necessarily, but we could stand to have a bit more. We don't need to worry about overheat, we want decor. And we are going to build ladders all the way up and down. That has to get dug out first. And we're gonna have multiple pumps down at the bottom here. Let's actually get ahead on that. And 4 in all cases. And we're doing this so that, you know, we have the situation where these pipes kind of get backed up. It's because there's so much going on all at once. We have briar seeds, so let's start planting that. And we'll leave it alone for now. Set some sweep commands. We actually need to mop. How did we get water down in here? Do I want to ask questions? I don't think I want to ask questions. You know, it's just sort of like, you do whatever. Is this plugged in? That's not even plugged in. That was just pumping into nothing. Wow, that's horribly inefficient. So it goes, so it goes. Like right now we have these 2 that are dumping into here. This is actually a fairly small reservoir compared to these beasts that we are building now. We have chilly surroundings, stifled. Yeah, it's cold down here. It's a little cool here. It's actually rather cool. We might want to do something about that. And in the medium term, maybe throw a space heater around. Acorn. Come on, time to wake up, Acorn. Come on. Let's do some more farm maintenance, more sweeping. We have no mealwood seed, so we'll have to make do. And since this former reservoir is empty, we can just dig all this out. We will eventually figure out a use for this space, but for right now, not a big concern. We'll make this... It's not a big concern, but you're immediately going and doing it. You know, bravo team. I'm gonna put a little more work down here. This algae terrarium, it's going kind of slowly, but it's going. This stuff up here, what's the priority here? 5? let's make it 6. Let's finish this job. Because it's here. And we want to kind of close off this chapter of our work. And also figure out why there is all this water here. We've never quite identified. Is this giving off water? Like, does a natural gas generator give off water? Doesn't say. And yeah, there's no batteries on the circuit because this got broken somewhere along the way. Is it gonna tell me in here? Effects, polluted water. It does give off water. How did we not notice? How did we not know that? So that's potentially troublesome. But at the same time, we can't be opening this up because then the natural gas will get out. And we don't want that. So we may have to go and be a little more clever with how we arrange this, and we may have to build another chamber over here. But first we'll want to pump all this polluted water out, and we're going to start having a lot more temporary water pumps as we work towards this goal. It also has this wheezewort. What is it doing? Removes ambient heat. If that works in all conditions, what do you have? Primary element, genetic ooze. Cooling effect, decor. It doesn't really say like what his preferred temperature is. But there's a possibility of this working. Or this being helpful, at least. Let's mop all this up. It's going to get messy down here. Like, the folks who come down here, their stress is going to go up. So, Bigwig, Bluebell, Blackberry, the B team, don't come down there. Just leave it be. That was not a pun. That was, I swear, on my grandparents' grave, that was not a pun. It just happened. I cannot be held reliable. Or liable. Or pliable. Yeah, you're... Take care of this last little bit. Get this kind of dug out. Let's finish up this tile as well. Eventually we will want to come into here. And it's all sort of in the future type of stuff. And oxygen is fine. It's saying it's insufficient, and it is mathematically, but it's very close. So personally, I'm not very concerned about that. There is potential room to be concerned. That's perfectly valid, but for now, we're fine. The space heater is doing what it does. We're gonna have... we have them all marked to harvest. I think we could just let it go. And then once we have that, you know, bring stuff up here, sweep all this up, and we'll be able to make stuff like this. Actually, it says we have 96 available sleet wheat. And yet this says we have none, so someone is lying. Someone is lying. And I wish I knew who. I've also got lots of polluted oxygen over here, so let's just throw down an air deodorizer. Just to be kind. You know, this is the restroom area. We need folks to be kind. Got an overloaded circuit over here somewhere. Probably fixed already. We almost have enough reed fiber to start making snazzy suits. And a snazzy suit means we have to cancel this order and then we can build a tile. Why can't we build a tile? I want to build tile. I don't want to build it there, I want to build it there. This game can be mysterious sometimes. Best not to ask too many questions. So this job is not yet happening, probably because it's low priority. Let's start upping the priority and flattening that out. Because this area is, it's still not breathable, but it's improving. And that's what we needed to do. Now, people are going to start to get stressed out, so that's why we have these massage tables. Bluebell and Bigwig are the worst, as usual. So let's check people's vitals. So why is Bluebell stressed? Well, interrupted sleep, soggy feet from a lot of liquid stuff to deal with. A little grimy. We have two showers. We have plural showers. Like, go shower. Do we have to build more? Do we have to have an array of showers? Does this have to look like the plumbing section of a Home Depot? Just walls of showers that apparently you're not allowed to use. We have the good news is the stress is going down as people sleep. Strawberry's a little wobbly, but for the most part people are calming down. That's cool. And it doesn't look like anyone's having a problem because of oxygen levels. You know, they're getting up to go have a poo. That's fine. I think we've got all the sweep jobs done that we need to. I'm getting text messages. I have no idea if those show up on the mic. I don't think they do, because I've had this happen before on previous episodes, but every time I'm just like, I'm not that important that this should be happening frequently. Why is there a ladder down here? Did it get buried or something? Yes. Yeah, we just want good old tile there. We can start working towards this whole mission. You have like a throbbing sound down here. I don't know if that's everywhere, but there's definitely a bit of throb in that neighborhood. I got an electrolyzer. Yeah, part of why... Fiverr, you should have thought of that before you came over here. It's all hungry now. So where were they running around that they were getting soggy feet? Was it like they came down here? Because this should be mopped. Like, go ahead and mop that, so that we're not so grumpy. It's still gonna suck to be down here. Like, don't get me wrong. It's unfortunate. It kind of sucks to be over here, too. We'll probably want to make, like, this more of a storage facility. You know, down in here. Got 1.4 cycles until our next buddy shows up. No seed available. Everything just all of a sudden complained. I don't understand that one. Buckthorn. Yeah, soggy feet a little bit. All this stuff being like polluted ice and snow. That's unfortunate. And we're gonna need ladder. Yeah. Let's not build tile where we're still growing sleet wheat, but everywhere else. Like, go ahead. Yeah, I know, Buckthorn, I know. You can handle it. You'll be okay. Yeah, I believe in you. We actually may want to put more oxygen generation down further. But this is as far as it goes. So there is that. Build next resources. We can't make any more lice loaf. So we will actually leave this one off cue for the moment. Because we have a lot of calories available. Lots of lice loaf. Lots of lice loaf. That's good news. Because that is a better food than the mush bars. Even though we're, taking those, frying them up, that just means you don't get sick from them. And actually, I don't know if this means that a fried mush bar is 3,000 calories or just one. Oh, what do you say? Mush fry. I have no capacity to see the details of that. Wonderful. Let's click on this. Nope, it's 1,000 calories. So, that actually does reduce the amount of calories we get from a mush bar. At least that was the implication. It takes 2,000 kilocalories and it produces 1,000 kilocalories. That's a net negative. We're going to believe that. Even though it seems to disagree with itself. Whatever. I'm probably just reading it wrong and being an idiot. Always possible. We don't have any mealwood seed. We need more mealwood seed. We'll have to dig around and find that. Then, this job is just kind of running along, doing what it does. We kind of need the foundation back, if you don't mind. It's the only thing that's going to make this at all tolerably warm. Because it is cold down there. It's rather cold. We're also low on algae. We're just running low on algae. So, we will set build orders for tile there. These are unreachable, but these are not. Prioritize these so that we can then dig all this out nice and comfortably. And yes, we will take care of this pool of water, yada yada. But we've got these distillers. Why are you not pumping? Do you not have material? Are your pipes blocked, perhaps? Your pipe seems blocked. So that could be an issue. Yeah, this could very much be an issue. We'll have to figure that one out. But, actually no, we should figure that out pretty soon because we don't have enough algae for doing things. So, let's come over here. Liquid pipe. Cancel. Build it like so. And then deconstruct just liquid pipe from here. So we build this, it'll pump up here, which seems to be having more kind of downtime. Except there's a lot more stuff on this chain. So we'll cancel that and just have it like loop back this way. Which seems kind of bizarre and almost counterintuitive. And so I'm concerned it won't work. But we're going to find out. You have to have a certain optimistic spirit when it comes to this because we don't quite know what we're doing. Case in point. Case in point. It's going to keep going. So build another tile up there. Yeah. Rear, you're going to be a little soggy, and that sucks. Yeah, this is gonna suck. We tried to build this wall specifically to prevent this from happening. And look where we are now. This is all just to get more algae. This is all what's going on. Oh, Sheesh. Mop. Mop, people, mop. Get mopping. Ah. I know, none of us like this. Okay, so Speedwell has resolved this situation. Created the solution to the situation. We salute your solution. But of course now we have all this dirty water. It's kind of flopping about. So we're gonna have to take care of that, which is going to make people a little disgruntled. Not very disgruntled, slightly disgruntled. Mildly gruntled. And yet our stress is going down, so, okay. Won't hear me complaining. Some more place to mop up. No? Alright. Got a little bit to mop up there. Strawberry's woken up to go have a poo. That's fine. You can do that. A lot of little sweeping to do. Bluebell really just making a run for it. Like when you gotta go, you gotta go. So this we'll continue this expedition up to here. How do we want to do this? Well, let's set that up. And then we can dig 4 high all the way over here. Just do plenty of digging in that direction so that we have all of this algae, and then we'll build another tier, do it again. And then we'll eventually figure out something to do with this space. This, for all we know, this will be more barracks. We may build more purifying, more processing, more power. We have a good power situation, but we may need more. We may need more restrooms, considering people are not taking showers as often as they need to. We need to talk about hygiene. You know, if we can figure it out at anime conventions, you can figure it out in space. They probably did figure out. They did. They had to have. Like on International Space Station, all these places, like, we need to figure out a hygiene situation. They had to have. It's space. They had top men on it. You know, top men, top women. All figuring out how to clean themselves. Because that's important. You know, if we're ever gonna live on Mars in Elon Musk's little space plan, gotta know how to clean yourself in space. Some more circuits getting overloaded. We're gonna have to work on spreading out our electrical circuits a bit more. And they're not in terrible shape right now, on the whole, but you know, the more the merrier with that. Do we have everything mopped up? Looks like all the mopping is set. Alright, all the mopping is set. So, huzzah. This is just going to keep creating water, and that's unfortunate. If we had really noticed that and planned ahead, we could have done something about it. It actually would be nice to have, like, have that dump down into here or into some future reservoir. You know, just something to take more water, because this is generating water. There's no plumbing in, it just spits water out. And that can become polluted water in our polluted water reservoir. That goes through our distillery, becomes clean water, goes into our clean water reservoir, and now we have stuff to drink. We also have all of this work down here to do that nobody's doing. Is that because there are higher priorities going on right now? Cancel those. This is all 5s. Those are 7s. We should actually 6 those out. The farm is more important. Power is a little more important. Food is pretty important. Those are 6s. Should actually 6 that and 5 that. And since this is all just 5s, let's 6 it up. There's actually good amounts of oxygen here. It's interesting. Wheezewort is making things really chilly. And this little pit, we'll figure out something to do with it. Who knows? How insufficient is our oxygen generation is kind of insufficient. I can see the complaint. But we now have both biodistillers running, so that's valuable. And we can prioritize this dig and this dig a little more. We can then, build ladders. That'll make that reachable. Everything will be fine. Lots of people coming in here for water, for various tasks. Probably handling these algae terrariums. I'm assuming the missing resource is, algae. Considering we have none of it, almost none of it. We have this slime. We're processing slime. We are going through slime as fast as we can. Except we're going to be digging out a whole lot of slime. Because there's a whole lot of slime. We gotta work with what we got. But luckily nothing is urgent from the looks of it. Our oxygen situation is a bit low. That's unpleasant. That's unfortunate. Folks are starting to have to come up here to breathe, which is not nice. And this is about to flood in and make people unhappy. But the space heater should be heating things up just a little bit. And I do mean a little bit, but it's something. Oh, I didn't even notice. New duplicant is available. We almost blew right past it. We weren't paying attention to the heart of our base, so we didn't hear it. So who do we have? We've got Harold. Very high decor expectation. And just eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. So that's gonna be a little concerning. Frankie is a grease monkey that's amphibious. Can't research, that is wonderful. That is wonderful to have right now. Decently high decor expectation, so that might be a little iffy. Joshua will fall asleep anywhere, anytime, but won't ever get sick. I feel like our food situation is starting to improve. We have those mush fries that should prevent anyone from getting sick. The lice loaf, maybe not the greatest, but that's okay. The decor expectation, that's appealing. I think we can handle Frankie. I think we can handle him. But you, naturally, are going to be Silverweed. So, welcome to the party, Silverweed. Love your hair. Let's give you a bed and a mess table. And we'll set you straight off to work. But you'll be getting your work done in the next video. For now, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, a like would be appreciated, subscribe doubly so. But either way, ta-ta for now.